my lighting is slightly better. I ordered myself a light ring. I'm still playing with the settings, so if this lighting here is still shitty, that's why. But I'm trying, okay? And so today we are going to make chocolate chip cookies. I know. So it took me a while to develop this recipe only because I take my cookies very seriously. And also I wanted a recipe that didn't call for softened butter. And now you know, to soften butter up, you have to take it out the fridge, it takes all day, and no one has time for that, you know? And honestly, I forget all the time. So I'm sitting there trying to cut up the butter into little cubes, you know, like scrape it against the wall to soften it up really fast. No, this, you just have to pop it in the microwave for what, 15, maybe 30 seconds, and that's it, okay? So we're gonna start with our, of course, melted butter. Now we're going to add 2 sugars. We have brown sugar and we have our white sugar. So the ratio of these is actually going to help create a nice crispy but chewy texture to the cookie. So the white sugar will give it a nice crust, while the brown sugar will help it maintain its moisture. So we are gonna go ahead and put that in. So we're gonna mix this all together, and it's gonna look like this. And you don't need a stand mixer for this because you're not creaming anything. So all you need is your bowl and your spatula. And while I'm mixing this, I just wanna say, I don't know about anyone else, but quarantine has been good to me. I swear, my nails are always done, minus this one. My niece actually helped me with this. And also, my skin is glowing. Thank you, Kiehl's, just in case you want to sponsor me. So, you know, I just want to say overall, yeah, it's actually been pretty good for me. So once you go ahead and mix this, it's gonna look like a light brown, almost caramel color. Okay. Then we're going to go ahead and add our eggs. So I have 1 egg and 1 egg yolk. Okay, we're gonna mix that in. I'm gonna crack the yolk, and we're gonna add some vanilla extract. By the way, my best friend Linda, she told me that I only have 3,905 watch hours left in order for me to be monetized. So I'm pretty close, yeah, you know. I just want to say thank you to all of my whopping 8 subscribers. You know, you make this happen for me. You really do. So we're gonna go ahead and mix everything, and as usual, I mean, this is my only my second time, let me speak properly, making a cooking video, but I will always put the ingredients in the description box as well as the description or the instruction, direction, whatever you want to call it. And you don't want to over mix it with the egg because you end up kind of with like a weird, like tough batter, and we don't want that. So at this point, it's going to look like this. Okay. Now we're going to add the dry ingredients. I already mixed everything in this bowl, which is our flour, our baking soda, not powder, and our salt. And this is a super easy recipe that you can make anytime. Actually, you can make large quantities of this and you can freeze it. You know, so then when you're really craving a cookie, but you don't feel like putting in the work, then you'll already have this pre-made in the freezer. It will last for about up to, I wanna say 2 weeks, but I don't know if it's really gonna last that long because it's actually pretty damn good. And you will see for yourself. All right, so I'm just mixing everything together. Oh, so last week, I actually got my stimulus deposited into my account. So I was sitting in my car, you know, looking at my account, and I'm like, why is my account so high, right? You know? And then I looked at the deposit line, and it said that I got the, you know, the stimulus check. And I'm like, oh, that was a really nice surprise. You know, I wasn't honestly expecting them to pull through, but, you know, I had to do like a little like double take, like, Okay, they pulled through. Thank you. So, you know, that was a good week for me there. All right, so now it's gonna start to look a little bit crumbly, but don't fret, okay? It's gonna come together. And then this as well, you don't wanna mix it. You just wanna mix the ingredients until they are just combined. Not bad, right? Easy peasy. All right, so it's starting to look a lot better. You see the dry ingredients are actually starting to get incorporated and mixed in with the wet. All right, so it is gonna be a little bit crumbly, but when you actually pull it together, it is definitely not gonna be like that, I promise you. All right, so I actually have two ingredients that I wanted to put into the cookies today. I actually had to go out to CVS. So I saw M&Ms and I love making M&M cookies too. So I just got like a little package and I'm gonna go ahead and put it in there. I'm gonna split it actually maybe into 2 bowls. So now this right here is what it looks like. All right. So I'll do half chocolate chip. See my toppings here. And half M&Ms. And usually I like to put a lot of chocolate chips in, but I've been trying to conserve my ingredients and not be so greedy. So, you know, it's been working out sometimes. All right. I washed my hands and I sang my ABCs. Don't worry. We'll put that in there. And then in this bowl here are the chocolate chips. All right, so literally that is all you have to do. And then now I'm gonna mix the chocolate chips. And I actually have some pre-made, only chocolate chip dough though. So I'm actually gonna show you how to cook it straight from your bowl and also the ones that are pre-made in your freezer. So I will show you what both of my batters look like right now. Okay, so this is your M&M and your chocolate chip. So what you want to do before you actually bake it off is you want to chill it in the fridge for about 20 to 30 minutes. The reasoning for that is because if you just cook it straight away and you actually have melted butter in here and it hasn't solidified back, so when you try to cook it, it's going to actually spread out and turn into like this weird, thin, bubbly, like hard, not even cookie. It looks like a cracker. And we don't want that. You know, we want like a nice, pretty shape to it. So you wanna pop it in the fridge. You wanna chill it for about 30 minutes and then you can bake it off.
All right, so you're going to wrap your M&M batter in plastic wrap. And then you're going to flatten it out into a disc shape. Then you will go ahead and do the same for the chocolate chip batter. You're going to wrap it and then you're going to flatten it out in a disc and pop it in the fridge for about 20 to 30 minutes.
There we go. All right, so I'm gonna, while the dough is chilling in the fridge, I'm actually going to show you the frozen cookie dough. And the way that I wrapped it is, I took a piece of parchment paper and I actually created, just like you buy in the store, like the Pillsbury log, I created a log like this, right? Like a nice long round little log. And then I just rolled it up like a fat little J and you twist the sides. Right? And then you just gently place it in the freezer and let it freeze overnight. And then that way, when you're ready to bake it off, all you have to do is peel it and cut it out. All right, so I'm gonna cut my cookie dough here. Yes, this is a very large knife. It is my 10-incher here. All right, so it is like frozen solid right now. I like to cut it in about maybe like an inch. I want to say an inch. And I just want to say, you know, I am loving just being at home right now and enjoying time with my family. However, I am getting a little bit of cabin fever and I miss F&B, which is food and beverage, to the point that I'm actually playing restaurant with my parents and welcoming them to their own kitchen and their dining room saying, welcome. Your reservation for two, right over here. Yeah, and I'm polishing silver, you know, knife on the right, fork on the left type of thing. Yeah, and I'm cutting up little pats of butter for my pancake box mix. Yeah, it's pretty bad. But let me actually tell you a secret while I'm doing this about boxed pancake mix and how to make it really good and fluffy. So you're gonna make the batter when you mix water into it actually pretty thick, right? Thick with 2 C's, like we want it kind of thick. And what you wanna do is just mix it and leave it. That's the secret. Let it sit for about 5 to 10 minutes. It's gonna rise and it's gonna bubble, you'll see it. And what it does is it actually makes the batter really fluffy without having to add extra ingredients like butter or milk or anything like that. And then you're gonna give it a quick little stir, and then you're going to...
I was trying to say cook.
The pancakes. Done. And it's actually, it makes a big difference. You'll thank me later. Okay, so I'm cutting it into rounds like this thick here. Let me do a little, yeah. All right. Okay, I'm almost done. Yes, I know I should have a cutting board. I wasn't ready for this. Now that the butter is fully solidified, if you pop it in the oven just like this, it's going to turn out just like this. Yeah, it's like a hockey puck. You don't want that. So what you want to do is like just the heat from your hands, you want to just push it down and actually create the cookie shape that you want. And when you do bake it, it's going to actually bake and rise just like that. Unlike the ones from straight from the bowl, you know, they are gonna spread out a little bit, and that's okay. Just remember that, you know, it's just gonna be a different cooking process from the freezer as opposed to straight from the bowl. So what I do is I just squish it just a little bit. And this is the only work you'll have to put in once you freeze it, and you'll always have it ready. And if you want, you can make your cookie bigger, smaller, just have to adjust your cooking time. You can bake these, or you will bake these, I'm sorry, at 325. You don't want the temperature too high. And every oven is different, I know. And today it is not the basic bitch temp of 350, but 325. Good job. All right. So it's gonna look like this. Oops. Like that? Yeah? Okay. And then what you're gonna do is just bake these off for about 10 to 12 minutes. Again, it depends on how big you shape them and how thick you had cut them to. I have a secret tip for you. If you have a convection oven versus a conventional oven, what you're going to do is you actually have to take the temperature down 25 notches, okay?
Degrees, I meant degrees.
Conventional oven is 325, but because a convection has that air circulating in there, it actually cooks much faster. Make sure you round out the edges like this, because if not, the edges will cook really fast and burn. So you want to give everything a chance to cook evenly. All right, so it's been about 30 minutes. I actually still have the chocolate chip cookies in the fridge. So I wanted to go ahead and show you how I would roll out the M&M cookies.
All right, so what you're going to do is weigh out 1.5 ounces per cookie, and then you're going to roll it into a ball like so. All right, so you're going to finish rolling out the balls, and then you're going to bake them off. Now, I suck at endings and have yet to figure it out, so here are the M&M cookies. And then we have my chocolate chip cookies that were made from my frozen batter. And now just a mountain of cookies for your viewing pleasure. Thank you so much, and until next time, bye-bye.